What's up, guys? Going to do a little commentating for this Tournament of Titans 8-ball match between YUTO OTSUKA and DAVIDSON. Pretty good matchup here. I've never seen either of these players play 8-ball. Barbox 8-ball, Tournament of Titans. YUTO takes the first rack. And it looks like it's a weighted race. Don goes to 6, YUTO goes to 8, being that he has got the higher Fargo rate. YUTO coming in about 750 Fargo, and I believe DAVIDSON is around the 670 range, if I remember right. Don is a 651, so there's about a 100-point Fargo difference between the two players. So Don electing to take stripes. Problem ball could be the 8-ball in this rack. And he does have to remove the 14 for the 12 to be able to play in the corner, I believe. So nice shot there. Yeah, he wants to get that 14 out of there. That's key. I mean, he could take the 12 and then the 14. And then use the 13 to get shape on the 8-ball. But the shape on the 8-ball is very small. Needs to be up high enough on it to where he has room. But I don't think it needs to be broken out. Yeah, I like this. He's got the good angle on the 14 that allows him to slide over to be on the correct side of the 13 and have a decent 8-ball shot. He did not slide over enough, so that's going to cause a problem. He didn't get on the correct side of the 13. He needed that cue ball to go another couple inches over. Just hit it a little firmer. Sometimes those stun shots just don't move like you want. So you have to hit them fairly hard. And what's he going to do here? He's going to pocket this and try to draw off the side rail and forward. That gets him an opportunity. That gets it done. A nice shot from Don. It's amazing how just that 2 inches makes you so much harder. And a bank shot on the 8. I thought he was going to cut that, but maybe there just wasn't room for it. So that could be costly. Normally when you have a break and run opportunity and you don't succeed against a good player, they don't really let you back to the table. Or if they do, it's in jail. So YUTO, the only problem ball on the table is the 5-ball. And I think he's trying to open it up right now. He did open it up a bit. My guess is he's going to play the 2-ball now and get better on the 5. Unless he has the 5-ball right now. I don't think he does. 2-ball with some top inside. Yep, inside. Come around to the other side of the 6. Mid-table. I like it. Well done. YUTO rocking his EvoSports jersey. Most of you guys watching this probably know YUTO had a really good match a few weeks ago against Eric Vargas, raced to 30 and defeated Eric Vargas 30-23. Just a little back cut on the 7. It's going to move the 3 ball here. Wants to control the cue, probably set up for the 4 next. Bringing the cue off the backside of the 3 ball. Oh, under hit that big time. So I think the scratch was in his mind. He didn't want to overhit that and scratch to the corner, but he was just trying to draw off that ball so he could have a nice, easy 3 to 8 transition. But this could be trouble. So 2 positional errors, 1 from each player in this rack. Let's see if YUTO can come out of this one. Banking it, and it's going to run into the 8. That's a pretty smart play. A pretty smart play right there. And he hit that at a really good speed. That's going to leave a very challenging shot for Don. Oh, no, never mind. The 8 ball. That's not too challenging. If it would have blocked the 8, you'd have been fine. But that did not work out for YUTO, so a positional error from YUTO to get on the 3 ball correctly cost him that rack. And Don, who only needs to go to 6, gets on the board. This tournament is at Metro Cafe in Vancouver, BC. YUTO with a center ball break. It's a lot of action off that cue ball afterwards, but I don't think he pockets a ball here. So dry break on bar box 8 ball can kill you real quick, especially against good players. Having that first choice right off the bat, stripes or solids, makes a huge difference. And Don electing to take solids to get started. So let's look at solids. The problem balls here for solids is going to be the 3 and the 2. Those balls don't seem to really have easy targets to go for. And you need to figure out a way to get down there. He might do it off this 7. He might slide off this 7 and try to rearrange the furniture down there. Might have tried that and came off the 6. But now the 8 ball is in a little bad spot as well. So this is not going to be a simple, easy run-out rack. This is going to be more tactical. And it looks like he's trying to bail out right now. And pocket the 15. Gotta pocket that 15 ball. It has to go in. That was a crucial mistake. If he pockets the 15, he's probably pretty good with that safety. So YUTO now loosening up the 10 ball. The 9 is a little bit of a concern, but it does play to the top left corner, so it shouldn't be an issue if you can get over there for position. But he's got work to do before that. Gonna play the 14. Misses it by quite a bit. So kind of surprised Don getting back to the table right here. Against a 750 Fargo, that's fairly rare they're going to miss that shot, as YUTO did on the 14, especially by that much. So he must have been thinking a lot about the position. Nice bump on the 9 ball from Don. It might have opened up the 2 as a possible shot to the side pocket. It looks like he's going for the 1 ball here to get that taken care of, and then he can play the 2 in the same pocket. If the 2 doesn't play in the side easily, he can always shoot the 2 in the corner now that the 1's gone. So that does open up some possibilities. I think we're going to find out if the 2 plays in the side right here, because if it does, he's taking it now and holding for the 5. If he doesn't like the side, he might have a decent position to draw this cue ball into position on the 2 for the 2 in the corner, or bump the 2 out. Nice shot there from Don, and he gets it. I think it plays in that bottom right corner. Just got to watch the cue ball here. Yeah, he just rolls it forward, so he was pretty straight on it. And very nice out from Don to navigate through the issues with that 2 ball. And 2-1, Don Davidson only needs to go to 6. So Don with the center ball break. Likes to bridge from the rail. Gets a lot of power into it. Gets a ball in. Gets almost the 3 ball. But he's got choice. That's the important part. Keep control of the table. Take choice of stripes or solids. I like solids here. Nothing is really hampered for the solids. The only problem with solids is the 8 ball. The 8 does need to move somewhere for it to have a pocket available to it. But the solids are the easier suit to run out. And let's see if he's doing the 2-3 combo to start. He is. Getting that 2 ball back up to the middle of the table. Nothing in trouble yet. That's good. And if he does want to loosen up the 8 ball, he does have the opportunity right now, I think, with this angle, to potentially bring the cue ball into that. Yeah, kind of rearrange the furniture a little bit down there, but missing the shot. He was so focused on that cue ball that he missed the shot. But I know what he wanted to do. He couldn't run out the rack without rearranging where the 8 ball was. So YUTO eyeing out the layout, creating his map. And I wonder what his plan is for the 13 ball. He might be playing a 13-14 combo. Yeah, the way he held that cue ball, I'm thinking he likes the combo right here just to take care of that problem early. It's not an easy combo. He does have to cut the 14 into the pocket, but it should, yeah, he's calling 14. No problem. Watch out. Where's that? Yeah, it's going to get back into trouble. So it's fortunately it does have the window. It didn't get totally in trouble, but it could have. I think he hit it at that pace so that he could draw the cue ball back out of there for the shot on the 12 to get onto these balls down here. Not sure if he has to bump the 15-10 to make them playable, but if he does, this is the perfect opportunity to do it. Cuts the 15 down. And this is going to be maybe an issue here. This is a very tall order to pocket the 10 and get shape on the 13, even if he has a look at it. So I'm not sure if he can see this. Yeah, I think he can, and send the cue ball off this rail back into this direction. Yeah, that was a real tall order to have all those things happen. And YUTO with the opportunity to break serve there and doesn't get it. So pretty natural pattern. He does want to get correct on the correct side of the 7 so that he could get over, because the 8 has to play in the bottom left corner. That's smart right there. Just don't try to do too much with the cue ball. That's really the perfect angle to just use straight top and bring the cue ball back over to the other side of the table so that he has the 8 in the same pocket as the 7. And it's 3-1 Don. So YUTO needs to win 7 racks before Don gets 3. This is getting tough. Really good break from YUTO. And I kind of like solids a little better just because of where the 15 and the 13 are for stripes makes it really tough. But solids has an issue with the 8 ball, of course, as well as the 1 ball. Not to mention, there's not a real good starter on solids. So you might be forced to take stripes and just have to figure out that 13 and 15. It's actually not really an easy starter for stripes, but I guess you have the 9-10 combo to play stripes. Yeah, I think he's calling the 10 ball. Yeah, it looks like a 9-10 combo coming. So he's taking stripes and just says, I'll figure that out when I get to it. He might take it on right now with the angle on the 1. He might be able to send the cue ball into these balls to try to loosen up this stuff. Yeah, kind of like that. So that makes it a lot easier. This is much more manageable now. So well played from YUTO, taking care of the problem early in the rack. You don't want to wait. And I believe the 15 does play to the bottom left corner. It should. So that is most likely going to be his next shot. Just draw this cue ball back 3 inches off the rail. If it doesn't play, you probably want to bump into it. So he's looking at the line. It does play. Maybe doesn't have the entire pocket. Good cue ball control there. Easy to overdraw that and end up with no shot. I mean, if you get that cue ball up here, you have really nothing on that 15 because it's a dead scratch if you try to cut it. So really good cue ball control for YUTO right there. It was precision. And is he going to have to, yeah, he's going to leave himself with a combo. Instead of coming out further like he wanted that cue ball up here. I believe he's got to play this combo. This is definitely a missable shot. Not to mention the 14 is going to travel over towards the 9, maybe get in trouble. Yep, it did. Yeah, that was a huge misposition to not come out to mid-table on that previous shot. That was a big-time mistake. And now he's got to pull off a circus shot to get out of the rack. And this is one of the things I love about 8-ball is you get to see a lot of these these crazy attempts because you're pot committed at this point. You have no safety. You've already pocketed all your balls except for one. You have to go for the Hail Mary and see what happens. Is he going to kick this 14 into the side pocket? I wonder if it has. Can he do that? Can he kick that 14 into the side? So not sure what he called here. He's playing safety. See, I don't know about that. I don't think that I think you really have to just take the flyer at that point because Don is very capable of running out a rack or even getting in trouble if you do tie something up. I think YUTO needed to go offensive there. As low of the odds of making it were, it's still better odds than turning the table over at this point. Don with a missed 2-ball, and that was a little unusual, although he was in a distance situation there. Very surprised that Don gave this table back to YUTO here. YUTO with the cut on the 14 ball. It's a must make. And he does. Comes into the 8. What's going to happen? Okay. He came really full into that 8. Pretty fast speed. So still alive, but another tester. Cue ball on the rail. About a 45-degree cut. Don't think the scratch is in play unless you put a ton of top on it. Down it goes. So YUTO gets out of a jam. He gets away with a missed run out, a missed break and run Pocket 6 of his balls. Normally you don't win those racks. All right, here's Don looking for a big break. Watch the cue ball. Good cue ball control. Gets a couple balls in. And I believe he's going to be starting with the 3 ball. Solids looks pretty decent. Not sure if the 7 ball plays by the 14 over there. That's the first thing I'm going to look at. Does this 7 ball have room to go? Don't know if it does. But either way, you don't really have a great look at any stripes to get started with stripes. So the choice is pretty much made. He's got to take solids and he's got to start with the 3 ball. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, he must have a look at that 14. Didn't know that he had enough room for that. Oh, it was the 7 that he was starting with. Okay, so that confuses me. If the 7 plays to that corner, why take it from that far away? Why not get started with the 3 in the corner, roll up your cue ball here so you have the 2 in the side, then you can have a nice, easy, short shot on the 7 to the corner. But starting with the 7 was kind of confusing. So open table for YUTO and a perfect opportunity to really get back into it. So YUTO taking stripes, and he's going to get the breakout right here. The problem with this breakout is making sure that you have a shot afterwards. Chooses to break it out from underneath, and he does. He gets good on that. He got the 14 in the side, so those can get a little crazy on you with the cue ball. Think he's going to slow roll this, maybe, to hold for the 12? Nope, put some pace into it. That's better. Yeah. That could have ended up better, but it also could have ended up a little worse, I think, too. So not out of the woods yet. I think the 5 ball is big here to potentially block your position line. Looks like the path of the cue ball cutting this 12 is going to take the cue ball into the 5. But I could be wrong about that. It did. And he got away with it. Boy, that was close. I knew he was coming off the 5 in that shot, and I think he did too. Just played it the speed that was the most likely. Now, does he not have the 15 in the top right corner? Because he seems to be eyeing it up for the back cut to the bottom right corner. the way he was looking, maybe the 2-ball is hampering him from seeing enough of the 15 to pocket it in the top right. So he is back cutting, and it's not going to get there. Warren Flat in the chat. You can usually sign up for tournaments at the Metro Cafe. Justin Lee is, I think, the tournament director for this one. Could also be Cody, not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure he wanted to play the 2-ball as his key ball, but that's the way it's going to work out. Nice stroke on that. Don Davidson gets to 4. 2 away from the win. So that was a really good opportunity for YUTO to break serve there and then have the break on the next rack. Just not getting it done towards the end of these racks. And we know YUTO plays really good on the big table, the 9-foot tables. He's very strong, especially in rotation. But bar box 8-ball is a completely different animal. And sometimes those skills don't really transfer into this game. I mean, obviously some of them do, but the strategy part is far different. And the pattern that you play, patterns that you pick are critical. So many decisions in 8-ball that you don't have in rotation. In rotation, the decision is already made which ball you're shooting at. you've only got a few different choices versus hundreds of choices. And Warren Flat, just to answer your question, I've gotten information to direct you to the Greater Vancouver Pool Community Facebook group. So go on to Facebook. It's a group called the Greater Vancouver Pool Community. So check that out, and you'll be able to find out about all of the local tournaments and how to get signed up. All right, so YUTO working off of his break. He has selected solids. And this is a little bit touchy. Yeah, good touch. That was a little bit delicate there because he knew he was going to come into the 13 and 2. And it could have gotten funny. So he's got a back cut on the 1. Should be able to catch the side rail and go 2 rails out for the 2 with some... Oh, man, he loaded up with inside, and look at that position. He could not have played that any better. I didn't know that he was able to hit a thick enough piece of that ball to do that. Oh, watch out. Okay. So YUTO gets one back there. He's still in it. Don getting lots of action off that break. And really, you can take your pick here, stripes or solids. I like stripes just because there's a little bit more availability. A little less work to do with stripes. He's going to try to come inside the 7 to play the 11 next. Maybe that's what he was trying to do, but I don't think so. The way he caught that second rail. He was fully intending to play the 12 as his next shot. Great stroke there. And he's in real good shape. I think he just draws back maybe to where the cue ball is right now would be perfect. A touch farther wouldn't hurt. Doesn't want to have too much angle on the 13, and he doesn't want to draw back too far. And he's using a bridge. Probably. Unless he wants to stretch over the table. Yep, he is going to use the bridge. And just a delicate little draw stroke. Easy to get these to draw back too far. And I don't think a stop shot is really what he wants, because the angle is much better to get to the 8 if he draws back a couple inches. So he did go back just a hair, and I think he's fine. That should be just fine. Might have to check this with just a little bit of inside. The natural path of the cue ball wants to go this way. So you are crossing that position line, but shouldn't be a problem. Just easy to overrun these, get in trouble. So he's going the extra rail. Not a bad idea. Instead of trying to hold that cue ball for position in the bottom left, he decides to take the extra rail, hit it a little bit firmer, knowing that he's got the 8 in the opposite side. That's savvy pool playing right there from Don Davidson, getting on the hill. Chris McKenzie, you thought you saw a foul? I'm not sure. I'd have to rewind it to look, but apparently the players didn't see it and believe they're reffing themselves. I'll go back to watch again. I think you were referring to Don's shot on the 14, maybe? Didn't see any foul there. Oh, YUTO with a scratch on the break, and it did not get kicked in that pocket. It just went straight into the pocket. So he obviously hit that bad, wanting to hit that one a lot more full than he did, coming off the side of it. That is a common scratch in bar box 8 ball. So Don with the opportunity to get started and pick the suit, and in this rack it's a huge advantage. I think what he's wanting to do ideally is pocket the 4 ball with his ball in hand and break loose the 8 at the same time, and if he can do that successfully, but I don't know that he's got the angle to do that. So he's going to take on stripes and come back to rearrange the furniture. Got to make sure you get a shot on a ball though. Do you have a shot on another ball? He does. He's got the 11 in the side, I believe. So nice breakout from Don. Don just waiting for the traffic to clear. Yeah, 11 in the side. Holds for the 15, going to take care of the left side of the table first. Work his way down to the other side. And I'm looking at the 12 ball as it does pass by the 5 to the top side. And he just looked to see if it does as well. It does have room. That's important to look at. especially with the setting up for this position. And he's pretty good. I like it. Yeah, scratch on break is going to cost YUTO this match. A couple of breaking errors, couple of positional errors from YUTO, and that's really all it takes when Don Davidson only got to go to 6. It doesn't take many mistakes. So that's going to get it done. Don Davidson takes it down 6-3 against YUTO. All right, guys, I might pop in here and there for this tournament just once in a while to do a little bit of commentary, but hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. Have a great afternoon.